if you're not talking about classics, if you're not talking about like win percentages, if you're talking about just consistency, Arsenal is the most consistent battle rapper of all time.
We forget Arsenal.
No.
Arsenal's the most.
Arsenal retired like 4 times.
Arsenal might be the GOAT.
Arsenal
up there,
is the most consistent.
You know what?
Like,
hey, Marv, you're right. I forgot about Arsenal.
Hey, look, because I say this. Because Arsenal has won battles. Every time he go into battles, niggas always count him out. And, nigga, there are very few, if anybody, who can be like, yo, nigga, I smoked Ars. He may have lost some. But
I'm the only one who can say that, Marv, and I'm Hitman.
And that's early,
bro. What? I can name sometimes Hitman got smoked. Or not Hitman, Ars got smoked.
But it's a lot of people that got a resume, too, though. It's a lot of people. But see, this is what I say about Hitman, though. This is what I say. If the nigga never has been clearly smoked, that has to be worth something, man.
It's worth a lot.
But hold up, though, Verb. And this is no disrespect to Holla, because he's in a different space now. But, nigga, if you battling once every couple years, it's a little different. Ars is still consistently.
Be that though.
Ars is still
look, I got one for you. I got one for you right here. Do you know if the battles was in the Midwest, like a Detroit hub, a St. Louis hub, and a Chicago? We got a whole different kind of thing now.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
We got a whole different other plateau. No, because look, just think about it. A lot of niggas that go on that stage, they don't know what it's like. What we had to go through. We had to go to it. You know how easy that shit is at the crib, bro.
But look, but again, and my only argument is for Ars. I think you can make a really good argument for Tay Rock. But we talking about, nigga, Ars done went to London, did the same thing. Ars done went, for sure. Ars done went to Canada, did the same thing. I feel like
too.
I feel like
listen,
I'm
when it comes to
Arsenal,
I think Arsenal pioneer, Marv. You're right, because I mean he was the first.
We got to go with that with Ars.
Ars got to be on that list.
So he's on the list. Marv. He's on the list for sure. But my thing with Arsenal, when we're talking, like, he's one of the greatest all time, no debate. But when we're talking just consistency, Arsenal has a bunch of different periods where he retired. He showed up with 1-2 rounds.
What was this bad stretch?
But anybody who do it, anybody who do it that much is gonna have a bad stretch.
Yeah, bro, you're gonna have a bad stretch. You're gonna get burnt out.
There is nobody that do battle rap.
You're gonna get burnt out, nigga.
I don't think DNA has as many bad stretches as Arsenal does.
I think if you count, and this is no disrespect. And this is no disrespect.
Arsenal has battles we don't care about. Arsenal got 150 battles. You probably know about 50 of them.
All I'm saying is, if you count, if you count DNA's earlier stretches, if you count his grind time stretch, if you count, nigga, like a lot of them early URL battles, it's the same thing.
Okay, I'm with you, Marv. Hey, Marv, I think I am with you fully on that. But let's just really, really think about everything we saying. Every nigga got the same story. Every nigga got this same story who's been in multiple platforms. You see what I'm saying? Like Ars was the first one of us that went to the grind time side and stopped trapping. He was the first one. So you gotta give him that too. But it's so.
But is that related to consistency though?
Well, how do you be consistent? How do you be consistent though?
Yeah.
Like consistent is still based on opinionated report.
But look, consistency kind of based on like being at the same level every time when the lights is on and and the match matters. It's a lot of niggas. It's a lot of niggas who like they've been good their whole career, but they've had nights that they just shit the bed.
That's all right. So hey, Gotti, let me ask you this: what about JC? Yeah.
I don't really remember our shit in the bed, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Look at you never seen Arsenal versus.
I never said Arsenal sat the bed. I wasn't talking about Arsenal.
Arsenal versus Briz on no.
Bird sat the bed. Bird, one of the niggas who sat the bed.
Arsenal versus Briz was a murder.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about Arsenal. Verb is one of the niggas who shat the bed. He never could be the most consistent ever.
But you know what though, Gotti? Hey, Gotti, listen. Let me tell you something. It's
but now you a legend though. You one of the great.
Wait, hold on.
You one of the great. I just said you're not one of the most consistent. You're not.
Hey, look. I don't even argue that. But it's easy for you to be consistent with that level of talent you do. That's easy.
What?
That's easy. That's
I don't get it. I don't get what you mean.
Okay, so look, when you say consistent, I'm not in a consistent bracket. I'm in a whole nother type of bracket because sometimes I literally don't give a fuck.
But this is a consistent conversation. That's why I was letting them know you're not in that.
Well, see, guess what? I didn't even come in to try to be in it. You know,
but they asked me. They thought I was talking about Arsenal because I said niggas who shot the bed. They said Arsenal did. I said nah. I'm not giving like examples of niggas like Arsenal, Hitman. They didn't shut the bed. GEECHI got we ain't shut them beds, man. For the verb, you have done that before. That's because you didn't give a fuck before. You had a time when you didn't give a fuck, and that there stops you from being consistent. That's what I was saying.
But listen, Gotti, I didn't walk in on the conversation. See, when you talk my stats, my shit is a whole nother level that you'll never touch. I ain't talking about.
Don't say that. Don't say I'll never touch. Somebody might not. I probably already.
How come? Wait. How come? Let's do it. How come?
Somebody else. You can say somebody else might never touch.
Okay, so let's do me and you. Right?
Let's do it. Come on.
You will never be able to catch me. Ever.
Why not? All
right, so are you ready?
You mean don't say about millions of views or some shit.
No. Listen. You only can fight in the era that you can fight in. Don't get it fucked up. Now look, if you got here in 17 or around that time, I can't judge that era of people because that era of people is not the era of people that we came in with. But for the last 2 years, you've been having that shit in your backyard. It's way easy, bro.
Nah, man, I ain't been having it in my backyard the last 2. But you have
no New York performances, Gotti. You can never talk to me. You gotta get it out of New York, bro.
I battled T-Top in New York.
You ain't do it in West Hall, nigga. You ain't doing it in Urban Plaza.
I did it in club. I did it in Queens.
Anything that's club, anything in New York don't count, Gotti. You gotta go in there and go do that.
Y'all did it in club. What's that shit?
In 2008.
Y'all did it in that club too. Come on, stop acting like
Stop acting like that one building ain't a club,
man. With Troy Ave got shot at.
You know what? No, that was West Hall, Gotti. You never been there. Gotti, that was West Hall. You never been there.
Urban Plaza.
You never been there. You never been there.
That motherfucker shaking ass and doing concerts.
And it also holds 4,000 people, Gotti. You never been there, baby. You never been there.
The one in Queens hold 4,000 people too. I got T-Top out of there in New York. Me and Tay-Rock was in Philly. You dig what I'm saying?
I'm talking about New York City.
Me and Surf was in Houston. Me and JC was in North Carolina. Me and K-Shine was in Orlando, Florida. All my big battles been in other places.
Listen to what you're saying, guys. Listen to what you're saying.
I'm saying, look, stop trying to spread that narrative like my big battles was in Cali. All my big battles before Lux been in other states.
Okay, wait. Hold on, Gotti. I'm not taking that from you. Hey, Gotti, when you talk to me, do I ever take something from you?
When me and you battled, it was nobody there. It was just
listen,
that's
Gotti,
not a home game. That's a home game for you. I don't rap in front of nobody.
Look, Gotti. Let me tell you something. After I took Cortez in St. Louis, a motherfucker ain't been back. That's a different type of level of shit, bro. That's not that, bro.
I battled Arsenal in Detroit. No, we never had another battle in Detroit, ever.
Never, ever.
After GEECHI battled Lux in Cali, y'all are never ready to go back there now. So what's the difference?
Nah, hell no. After I beat Lux
in Cali.
But look, after I beat Lux in Cali.
Did he battle you in Cali, Cal?
You know that.
After I beat Lux in Cali, all you see right now is, man, I'm tired of URL being in LA.
I know you're right, Gotti. You right, bro. Hey, Gotti, I'm gonna tell you something. You're fully right, because it is a lot of complaining from the East Coast, and they had it 10 years.
But look, we not enemies, because look, y'all went. That's what I'm saying. I be thinking people getting confused. I'm just saying. I went through the same treacherous shit. Y'all went through the same way as far as like all my matches were set up for me to lose, but I won them.
So
okay,
you know what?
I agreed that GEECHI. I agreed that you belong to be on. You deserve to be on that list, though. I agree that.
Yeah, like they set me up to lose. Like people just don't see that. Like I was put in lose situations and just won them. Like they would hit me 2 weeks before and be like, oh, you got signed on motherfucking Florida. Goddamn it, motherfucking Volume, and he already know about it and got the whole NWX niggas is driving the buses.
We saw the same movie, bro.
Is on the whole card, and I'm out there by myself and win those battles.
Gotti, you talking to Verb though, Gotti? I did this everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. So I agree that that's what I'm saying. I'm saying we're in the same boat as far as the type of fights we had to take to get to our level. I ain't taking that from you.
Okay.
So look.
Go ahead.
Yo, let me say something right quick. So GEECHI, and you right, but hey, Ver, how many battles you got?
probably 55 or something.
And I got 36, so we right at, you know what I'm saying? I do the math, 80 something plus. 80 out of 80 plus 90 battles, only 3 of them battles total been in St. Louis, bro. And
that's great.
I only battled one top 10 in St. Louis one time, and that was Verb, a nigga from my city.
I've
never battled a nigga in St. Louis, bro. So my whole career has been on a roll, and out of 36 battles, the smallest name on my career is bill collector professionally. And 2 niggas, one nigga in front of Beanie Siegel, and another nigga from jail, and another nigga just in the studio battling. I've never battled in my home state a name, and I always been on a roll, and I always gave 100%. A nigga never smoked me for 12 years. How the fuck is that not top? That's my whole argument.
No, Mav,
you one of the most consistent. You one of the most consistent of all time. I'm just more consistent than you, and I'm gonna show you that one day. But at the moment, though, I can't take away your accolades because you've been at the highest level for a long time. I think that's why you in my sights, because I'm like, yo, this nigga right here is somebody that's really trying to stay somewhere that I don't like.
Actually, Gotti and Hitman is probably like one of the next big fights everybody want to see.
Hey, man,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, but look, let's go to Detroit for a second. That world, they had to put their own pain in. So look, anybody from 09 to now, they pain we put in is different. I remember when Tay-Rock was coming to these events and not getting the love and not getting treated like Tay-Rock, and he kept coming. Every nigga had a struggle.
I battled 26 niggas. I battled once at home.
May I ask a question?
I'm literally coming to New York for
I
5 years straight.
respect the whole Midwest because y'all niggas, as a fan, as a time of watching battle rap, I seen y'all have to take them trips and really like go against the grain with you. And I respected that. That's what I did with the West. I'm like, when we go out of town, we all together. I don't give a fuck if, nigga, you say you from the West, we gonna push, nigga. Like, nigga, make sure we gonna give it up. And I seen y'all have that same movement.
And during the movement, I feel like we was beating niggas that they was calling the best niggas in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and we was getting wrecked with each other at all times.
That's the crazy part. We started our movement against each other. Midwest Massacre
was the first time. And then guess what? We had no problem suiting up with each other and still going to get the smoke. We was pulling up at they shit. And we just like, nah, we gonna take what come with it.
You gotta look at Verb. You gotta look at Verb when the Angel does Flame get up. He on the corner cold as hell. That's like that don't count for that.
And guess what, Gotti? And guess what, Gotti?
That's a fact.
Look, and guess what, Gotti? If I didn't consistently do that, you wouldn't be consistently here, son.
Let me ask you a question.
Here you go.
I mean, that's the truth, though. I mean, it's not a lie.
Hey, look, let me ask you a question. My question would be in this talk about consistency. If you're talking about skill level, do wins and losses matter? Because
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Because you can still be consistently you, and somebody just be better that night. You know what I'm saying? So does that affect the conversation? Because you do because there are people there are the
consistent
artists.
with me is wins.
You got to take wins and losses with context.
So let me say this.
Hold on. This is why I asked.
Real quick.
This is why I asked. This is why I asked, because, but hold on, 1 second. This is why I asked, because the people like Hitman, the people like Geechee, the people like Ars, who I think, and Tay-Rock, who I think would be the front runners for this conversation. Look, if them niggas lose, that doesn't make them any less consistent.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
It's still going out, suiting up, and giving.
But I say this is why my argument be like I got a rock in there. I got a rock in there. I got Hitman on there. I got niggas on. But my view is here: wins and losses is sort of a thing. But my thing is, once you started being a main event nigga, did you consistently stay there? Because some niggas started there, then they became middle of the card niggas, then they became bottom card niggas.
Because they losing.
Because they started losing or they lost that demand. But if you stayed at that demand to where every time your number is called, you always at the top. Those is the consistent niggas.
Because if that's the case, bro,
let's do this
wins and losses don't matter, Surf is the most consistent nigga ever then.
That's not true though, because
because Surf has performances.
Yo, I muted everybody because I want everybody to listen. Let's all talk at once. I know we got it's a lot of big wigs, big names in here. Everybody got a, you know what I'm saying, big voice. Let everybody talk. Let everybody get their point across so the conversation can go smooth, because I want to hear what everybody got to say, because there's a lot of, you know what I'm saying, legendary names in this motherfucker. So everybody, you know what I'm saying? That's it. I'll turn that shit back off. Back on. My fault.
I got you.
I got
respect.
I feel like if a win and loss don't matter, and it's just about if you gonna stay the main event type nigga, how Surf not mentioned?
Yo, can I say something about wins and losses mattering and consistency and longevity? I feel like one name that kind of gets lost in this conversation is like Ilmac, because like he's been doing this for like at least almost 2 decades now.
Out of here.
With real accolades, real names, and big wins like Iron Solomon, JC, Chilla.
That nigga legitimately left.
A-Ward, like
no, I think, but the only argument that I would have with Ilmac, and this is no knock to him because I think he's an incredible writer, but it's just he hasn't translated everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So if the argument is staying in your backyard and fighting, is like, yo, everybody know how to hoop in their backyard is, but until you go to the court, nigga, up the street and test yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little different. That would be my argument with him. That would be my argument with the Source. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do think they are consistent, but when you talk about the grand scheme of things, I think they're at a disadvantage.
I can say with Ilmac, at least he's been outside a little bit more than the Source. Like, he's been on RBE, he's come to New York, he's got the names. Like, you know, like, you go down his names, it's like, wait, there should be no question about.
But you did say a name. You did say a name that I think we all forgot. And if that's the case, Iron Solomon should be in this conversation.
Is Mook considered consistent?
No, he's nowhere near this conversation.
When y'all say these other names, that's why I said for you to even be considered, you if you ain't take over the main league, meaning you had to at least come take over the main. It's the NBA, so no knock to nobody. But if you ain't take over that league while going off the others, it's impossible to be the main consistent when the best talent is. If we all know what the best talent is. If we all know what the best talent is in the battle rap culture, we all can, whether the motherfuckers agree or not, it's an NBA. So if you ain't been over there and dominated at least a couple battles, because a lot of us has went to other battles, Ball, Grind Time, Decatur, URL.
So just to confirm, does that exclude like Daylight and Disaster from this combo? Because they've only battled on URL twice.
Yeah, Daylight's not consistent.
The thing is, a lot of people get them a lot of credit. I always been hard on that kind of credit, because I feel like if you ain't really came over here and did what you supposed to do, and then when you have came over here, the battle's been it's like I'd be hard on you. You know what I'm saying? You got to fight the best fighters in the world consistently.
Okay, so Holla, may I ask you in 20 years, 20 maybe close to 20 years, Iron Solomon has had one bad battle. And he's been on all of these stages.
What's his resume?
He's competed.
I gotta know his resume. What's his resume?
Yeah. Like, what's his biggest? Like, okay, how many main events he got on URL?
Okay, but see, and then that's where it becomes the gray area.
But the thing about it,
that's where because if you're talking about star power and consistency are two totally
I ain't talking about star power. I'm talking about who you out here having great battles against. That's my whole thing.
Okay, so
how many battles?
So my thing, people thought when he walked into the Rum Nitty battle, he was going to get smoked.
Oh,
there are people.
People not like that.
No,
nobody felt like that.
I did not feel like that.
I definitely heard that just because of being an older nigga and him not being able to keep up.
No, that's how people felt.
No, I'm sure
that's how people
definitely felt like that, but that wasn't like the narrative. People were just like, this is a random battle.
No, people was like, oh, yo, this is the get him out of here battle. And people
thought it was random.
There are a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, who give him that battle. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let me ask you this, though. But if you get your biggest moment that you ever gonna have, and you drop the ball, you can't go inconsistent.
But he hasn't. And again, I'm just throwing a name out there. It's not necessarily.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Now say what you're saying again, Marv, because I gotta go. What you arguing for, Iron?
Okay, so my thing. So from every era, we're talking about DVD. We're talking about Grind Time. We're talking about King of the Dot, and he has the smack battles. Other than the Murder Mook battle, which was a shitty performance on both sides, in my opinion. Iron Solomon has always, when we're talking about the big moments with Ines, the big moments with Math, him still being viable on this platform today, niggas still calling him out like, yo, this is the battle I want to have. Like, he has to be in this conversation, in my opinion. Now, if you talk about what his resume is, I can't necessarily rattle off.
Well, he took a 5-year break. I mean, that immediately excludes him from the combo for me.
I didn't know it was a 5-year break, but I was finna say, I knew earlier he got his flowers because coming like back then around, it was Iron Solomon. But like now, like within the next 5-6 years, how many times have you been on big cards with matches that mattered and then, you know what I'm saying, delivered? That's my thing.
And then all I say is this, Holla. There is, and I don't think that there will be many top tier niggas today who, if Iron Solomon came across their table, they would turn that battle down.
Yeah, so that's just star power, though. I mean, we ain't arguing with that. We just talking about consistency, meaning have you done it from 2010, 29 to 2022, and who have you done it against? We're not saying anybody gonna take his name. Of course, he Iron Solomon. But I'm saying...
So where's Danny at then? Danny's consistent.
Well, Danny has dark... No, but... Okay, so Danny's had like 3 years in a row where he was supposed to be champion of the year, and then he dropped the ball. It wasn't... Real Sick was the only time
okay, but one time, though?
No, but it wasn't. No, but I'm saying, bro, it wasn't one time. Real Sick was the only like big situation. He was
a bunch of chokes, a bunch of all that stuff.
Battled somebody the day before, choked all 3. He battled Franchise, choked all 3. He has a lot of those.
And yeah, that's so.
Okay, so wait. If we doing chokes, then now we got a whole nother argument, bro. Now
chokes come with consistency. Chokes come with consistency,
bro. Who on this list chokes?
The whole city of Jersey chokes them.
But they're not on this list.
Arsenal is, bro. Arsenal's on this list.
I have them lower than
Arsenal's on this list, bro.
Arsenal's on this list. Yeah.
But the thing is, though, but like he said, though, do Ars got chokes and a lot of bad battles?
Yes.
I'm asking them. I know that's why I'm asking them.
Ars has a plethora of battles that are kind of forgettable.
So that's what I'm saying. We got to be fair. So if we're going to talk about the good, let's talk about the bad. So the people on the list is like, do they have stumbles, chokes, a bunch of bad battles? And then the people y'all want on the list, y'all got to ask the same questions.
I agree with you, Holla. I agree with you fully because, look, the names that's right here, these guys have a high, like, they don't turn the ball over. That's the first thing. If we talking about consistency, this list is
that's a good analogy.
Now, they don't turn the ball over, bro.
That's like crazy, dog.
These are crazy. These are Eric Snows, however you want to look at it. These niggas not turning that ball over for nobody. So it's like when you go consistent, you know every night he gonna consistently give you this every night.
Okay, so my next question would be, what's the time period that you're consistent? Because if a nigga's only been consistent for 2-3 years,
but that's what I was saying too, Marv. That's why I was saying Greedy. So listen, exactly. But Greedy told me this because that's what I'm arguing. I'm like, bro, niggas got more battles, but I've been doing this for 2010, a couple of us. But he said that the number of battles you can have within 4 years can count down the work. So if nigga got 70 battles in 4 years, his work make up for the time lost.
But it doesn't though. But not if you're factoring in what you guys are deeming headlining cards or certain names, because it's a lot of niggas that they're forgettable names on a lot of niggas list.
Yeah, no, that's my argument. Exactly. Yeah. You're right.
So for a nigga to not mention, so for a nigga to say Arsenal doesn't qualify for this, or even Solomon, that's wild.
Well, I never said qualify. I'm just talking about top 5.
We talking 15 years. We talking 15 years.
But Mark,
if it's the top 5, then Ars got to be 6,
bro. Forgettable battles and shit like that. Forgettable battles and shit like that is one thing. But these other people, like a Geechee Gotti, you can say he got 20, maybe even 30 battles that don't really matter. But he don't have no performances where he's just up there being stupid, like not even trying to rap and shit.
That's why we got to get that to y'all. We got it. Like that's it's so many people in battle rap that have different star accolades that you can't. So one nigga cannot be the man in battle rap. Everybody have their own department, bro. Where it's like he's a master of that. Like, okay, if you ask URL who they top 2 sellers is, they're gonna tell you Verb and Surf. You talking about salesman? And this is out of Beasley mouth. Salesman? Yeah, that's what they're gonna tell you. But that don't mean consistent. No, it don't. You guys people that can say, hey, look, like Holla has the highest stat line. If he's outviewed everybody, right? Mm-hmm. And this is not. See, I deal with what's right and wrong, man. This ain't got nothing to do with that Cardinal cap right now. If he's the highest viewed, he has a 98% safety rate. He's on the road 85 to 90% of the time.
98% of the time.
Yeah, that's not nothing we can just say no to.
Look. I'll never be in a space where I'll ever discredit anyone else. I'm not saying that anyone should be.
No, we are. We having debates. No, we are. We all know we having debates.
You know what I'm saying? Every nigga on that list is great. Also, if you're talking about consistency, you're talking about star power, you're talking about a name, you're talking about headlining, Good should be on this list.
That's a
Goods don't battle enough, though.
I think Goods falls into the same kind of career category as like a Calico.
Yeah.
Because he only got 20 battles.
Yeah, Cal got 20.
But if we're talking,
nah, he really don't. Cal got like 5 more battles than Goods.
If you're talking about consistency, and every one of those 20 battles, he's been him.
He's consistent.
He's been the draw.
No, but what I'm saying is the reason why he can't be with none of them 5s because them people, how he consistent, they consistent too with more battles. That's the only thing that beat him.
You're saying workload. So you're saying workload.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if another person consistent just like you, it's like, all right, what we go down to? Oh, you only did it 20 times. I did it 40. Like, so that's the only thing that's break. Goods definitely can be on there, but he just don't match up with the amount of work, the workload as the others being consistent as well. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that's stopping Goods. Like if I hit 10 threes and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you hit 3, but if you hit 100, it's like, well, shit. I'm 10 for 10, but you 90 for 100. That's you more consistent that kind of way.
So how does JC not make this list? If you're talking about work,
I think he had too many bad stretches, losses, bad performances. He got too many of those.
Yeah, he has bad losses.
But it's hard to stay at the top when you go on that much, though, bro.
It is though, but that's his fault. That's what we say. It is. But the 5 on the list really don't have those.
Facts.
Yeah, you know what?
For Hollow to Don too.
Who did follow?
Hollow definitely needs to be mentioned.
I think Hollow definitely. There's an argument for Hollow.
How many battles Hollow got?
Yeah, but Hollow he took a break too though. So we
like
talking about break.
Yeah, he took a 3-year break or something too. Then 4, like I be saying, right?
Yeah, I think Hollow career-wise falls in kind of the same category as
small break.
Like Hitman.
He's headlined every card he's been a part of for a decade. So like,
Hollow's got a really similar career to Hitman.
So this isn't me being an asshole or being disrespectful, Hollow. So if we're saying that Hollow took a 3-year break, what's your average amount of battles now?
Nah, but the difference between me and Hollow is I never had a bad stretch like Hollow had. Meaning they was just saying they was tired of Hollow. His performances was kind of bad last 2 years. That's what they was saying. I mean, as far as the masses, like they said Hollow fell off.
No, you're right.
Mm-hmm. So what me is I've never had that. So I ain't really talking about the break. When I mean my break, I shouldn't have said breaks. You know, I took a break too. The last 4 years, I battled 4 times. So you're right, but I still got 36 battles. But what I'm saying is Hollow had a break, meaning where he wasn't in demand. He wasn't really trying. They weren't really pushing for him to battle. They said he fell off and that. Am I saying that word right, Greed? What should I say? Because
I'm completely out the loop. My finger.
What we saying? Like what kind of stretch would you say Hollow had? What we saying? What's the right term?
I would almost call it like a little dark age.
What? What year? Can tell more. So what year would you say? And what battles? the bad battles in the year you were saying? Like, what you would say?
For Hollow, I think people. It started with John. That was a cool battle, and then you have like the Math battle. He lost that pretty bad. The Danny battle was a bad battle. People have Danny winning that battle. And then people haven't really been fucking with him.
Okay, but was it bad or did he just get beaten?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's
these battles are bad though. These battles y'all don't even remember.
You haven't even seen them.
The Math battle's bad.
He got 30 bad by Math, and then him and Danny. I don't even remember anything except Danny crying. I swear to God.
Okay. So y'all think of so if a person showed with his like this happens to us. You can have some fire material, but somebody's just a little better that night. That doesn't mean it's bad.
That's the thing, bro. That's a real thing. Like, you're battling the best niggas in the world.
But we talking about the actual battle, though. We not really talking about the material. We just talking about the actual battle. Like, that battle is ill. How many of those battles you want to be?
Splish Splash.
Hey, you know what's... So then, look, I think that what battle rap got to start doing is start, like, saluting people while they alive, bro. Like, okay,
stuff like that, too, though. We know that.
Yeah, he the master of this. Like that, we see, because even when you go to niggas like JC, like like I look at JC, Danny, and I'm gonna remove Hitman from this. I look at JC, Danny, and Tay-Rock as insert rapper here. They're gonna do the same shit to everybody. Period.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
so you gotta outplay that. When you dealing with Hitman, he's not gonna do the same shit. You don't know where he's going.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's why, some people you can predict how they, but ain't nothing wrong with that, because at the same time, you know what's up with Gotti when you get Gotti, right? You know what's up with him. But the thing is, he's going to stay hard at that. He's going to be the hardest level of that shit, and it just depends on how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I look at people from totally different aspects of skill and legendary. I look at them because there's so many niggas.
Is Ill Will in this conversation?
Yeah, the reason all these people are being in conversation, but when you get to doing the top 5, it's like, all right, when did you come aboard? Okay, you got hired in 2017 and you started in 2011. That's a big deal. But not saying he wasn't good.
No, I get you.
So when we be saying this kind of stuff, I don't want people to think like he just got good, but we just saying you can't be consistent like with a nigga with Tay-Rock or something. If you know what I'm saying, when your eyes got all on you and 4 years ago, niggas been doing it for 10.
But all I'm saying is, if we're talking specifically about Will, we talking about the nigga who won UFF. We talking about the nigga who has stepped on every platform and shook shit, like legit. Like
in a 1 year span. When you
it's not
Mark.
No. I ain't asking 1 year. I said in a 1 year. I'm saying, so what you saying with him doing all this? How many years you would say he done been like that?
I don't want to lie to you.
But you go from everything you just did. We can't take that away from him. But when you're talking consistency, right? Then he has that DNA battle and the Tay-Rock battle and gets sat down. He doesn't get booked for like 2 years.
But then we have but then you come back and he has the John battle where he went absolutely.
Nah, that's like. But you're talking 2019. That's like 7 years later.
And we talking about from 2010.
Yeah, and he has a lot of battles since then.
It's a very interesting conversation. I definitely. It's very.
Yeah. So when I say with Verb, because I know Verb a big fan of Danny and all them other people. Like we all are, but I mean, like he'll argue with him. And the only thing that hurt those kind of guys is they battle so much. They put themselves in position to have bad stretches and bad battles and not get booked and kind of, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just how it go when you go.
But what they supposed to do, bro? What they supposed to do? They not us.
It's like. Let me put it
like what you saying, bro? Like they not us. Like what you
when you're comparing someone like Hitman to a JC, right? It's like okay, Hitman.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Just hear me.
But JC battle more than me, right?
It doesn't.
It
doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be Hitman. Nah, hear out what I'm saying. So if Hitman is 35 for 35 on 3-point shots, right? Yeah, it's easy. It's easier to not miss when you shoot 35 times. If JC put up 100 shots and he's 80 for 100, that's okay. It's harder to if you shoot 100 times, you're gonna start missing and shit like that. But the fact remains, Hitman still has the higher 3-point percentage.
But he also, and this isn't a shot. This isn't a knock. He also has 65 less shots.
That's what he's saying.
I agree.
He got 65 less shots.
That's what he's saying, though. I got 65 less shots. That's what, so JC. It put his own self at disadvantage.
He makes it harder on himself.
No, he did. Hey, Holla, that's a tough act to follow. When he came in, we had too many niggas. That's a tough act to follow. But he ain't had no choice. He didn't have legitimately
battle.
JC's been in positions where he's won 3-4 battles in a row, and he's supposed to battle Lux, and then it has a bad battle where he's inconsistent and it ruins it, and then he's going to battle Lux again, and then he's inconsistent.
This nigga literally battled every weekend, bro. Literally battled every weekend.
So the amount of battles make you consistent, though? But we're talking about workload. That's why I specifically asked. I specifically asked about workload. So your workload can affect your consistency.
But what is you supposed to do, though?
But if you want to take 10 battles, you got to be good 10 battles.
The other people who have these workloads, the Rum Nitties, the Geechee Gottis, they don't have major drop-offs. They don't have, like, choke and die battles. They just don't.
Okay. Look, if JC got to make his name, everybody ain't us. Like, okay, the star power is something that he lacks. So he got to work. He has to work. Like, all right, everybody got their own specialty. Like, okay, like you could take a Hitman Holla and he performs. That ain't my master thing is rapping. JC had to hustle the way he got to hustle. If he don't do nothing,
and we're not knocking that.
I got endless respect for JC. Just when you're talking consistency, if you're at a 9 or a 10 for 3 or 4 battles in a row, and then we catch you on a 6 for a battle, and then you're back at a 9 or a 10, and you go down to a 7, and you're.
But y'all don't do this for Lux, though. Y'all don't do this for Lux, though.
I do that for Lux.
I do that for Lux. I said Lux ain't nowhere near this combo.
If I'm doing all of, if I'm 9, 9, 9, 6, 9, 9, 8. 5, 9, 9, and I'm doing all that in the span of 3 months.
That ratio good,
but it's still inconsistent though.
How the fuck is that inconsistent?
That's literally the definition of inconsistent.
Having 2 battles at a 5 and a 6, then a 9, then an 8, then a 4, then a 5, then a 4. Like that's inconsistent.
It's the law of averages, though, bro. It's the law of averages.
Ratio.
Okay, watch this.
You're not consistently at your
now do Tay-Rock average. Do his average outbeat Tay-Rock average?
No.
Do his average outdo Geechee average? Like what? Do his average out DNA's?
No.
Maybe.
DNA, maybe. I'm serious. Y'all can give him DNA.
Maybe.
Give him DNA. Maybe I want to argue him DNA.
Again, I won't argue anybody not being on this list.
I know what you said. No, we got to argue this though. I feel
the only person that I feel is a glaring omission is Ars. You can make an argument for everybody else, but Ars is top 5 consistent in my opinion.
Definitely. I think so too. And look, Ars ain't lower than 6, regardless. He's not lower.
Yeah.
I just think like
who would y'all put him over if y'all could over the list that he got 5?
Nitty.
I say Nitty too, just because
it will only be just because of longevity.
I'm just to say just because I say longevity and schedule.
That would be.
Yeah, it's just like when you're talking consistency, it literally means like staying the same or having an upkeep. Like Tay-Rock and Geechee Gotti are number 1 and 2, clear to me. And when you look, no matter how you feel, if they lost this battle, won this battle, it's steady. They're at an 8 or a 9, or they're at a 9 or a 10 every single battle. There's never like a huge drop off or what was that performance? They've never had that. And
you're right.
When you look at everybody else in the top 5, or when you talk about some of the other guys, it's the same thing, but they don't have as many battles that they were at that level for. Or if you talk about like a JC or a Danny, they have as many battles, but there's the year where you weren't battling anybody who mattered, or you had the big battle where you choked or got bodied, shit like that.
You still got to get his money.
Let me ask you this.
Got to work.
No, that's a whole separate. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you the comment of you battled the year where you battled quote unquote nobody who mattered. Hey, look, Jordan still had to play the Hornets, my nigga, and I still had to be Jordan.
It's a fact.
I still like he still had to be Jordan, bro. Like that, I think that's I really think that is a disadvantage that you put people at, because if I'm still performing at a 9 or 10 level, regardless of who I'm doing it against, nigga, I'm still doing my part of the job. I think
they count that. That's why they count Geechie. That's why they got Geechie up there, because he got 40 battles against smaller, low names, but he did what he did. We saying that the other people who also be doing it be having more bad drop-offs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's the only argument.
Like Geechie will battle somebody who doesn't matter, and he'll body him, and he'll still do 500K views on, you know, West Coast elites or something like that. JC will have the same type of battle, and it does 10K views, and most of us never even hear about it or see it.
Because you're talking about star power.
But
star power shouldn't factor.
Star factor.
Yeah, I know.
I think there has to be a certain level of competition, though, I think.
I just hop in and go real quick. Y'all can hear me? Hey, as far as star power not affecting consistency, I feel like because of the level of expectation for the superstars, it kind of has to, because if Hitman comes out, he's announced, it's a level of expectation that he has to meet off top. And
I'm telling you, I just dealt with it. That's a good point, bro. We can all say I probably was a 7.5, pause, 8, better than niggas' best performances versus Cassidy. I was like a 7.5 and 8, and niggas let me have it. That's my whole argument. Like, my whole career, I had to be so high, and if I have an 8 performances and shit where niggas get away with looking like God, I get stoned. Like, you can't look at my...
But Holla, at the same time, that's what we sign up for when we go on late. When we go on and ask for all that money and we go on late, we got to take what comes with it.
But no, that's what Trap talking about, though.
I don't understand how you niggas haven't finagled, nigga. You're the main event. You can go whenever the fuck you want to go. Put me on first. Man,
they don't be everybody wanting to do that shit.
It's not about what they want to do, nigga. I'm the main event. Put me on first.
They be acting like at first they be saying the crowd will leave. That's what they used to tell me.
Man, fuck that. No, they won't. Because now they excited. You set the bar out.
I mean, that's what they usually be like. No, they don't want the main event to go first. We don't want everybody. You know, that's what they used to say.
You better get them fresh ears, nigga.
I think the match that everybody see. Well, like okay, I think in their promotion, whoever causes them attention, they should get the fresh crowd. It shouldn't be the last nigga of the night who done worked the hardest. If y'all know how hard it is at the end of the night, man, go ahead on.
No main event.
Hey, Trap, finish what you were saying, though, Chuck. I cut you off. My fault, bro.
Nah, that's basically what I was saying. I feel like the superstars of the industry have the most expectations placed on them. But when they meet those expectations, it should be a little extra credit given to that, as opposed to some of the names that I've been hearing listen to this conversation. You know, them niggas can come out and have good games, but nobody was,
they go under the radar. Yeah, they go have a 6 and nobody care about it until they had a 9 performance. Exactly. Then it's like, he been clowning.
There's no pressure that they got to meet. I mean, the fact that y'all superstars got to meet that expectation and continue to do it, I feel like that's what the top 5 right there.
That's what I've been arguing. I think that's what I've been trying to say, bro. For 12 years, I had to meet expectation down there, all of my battles. I could never, the only battle I had I could chill was Kind. You know what I'm saying? Now, you see what happened in the 30 when I was trying to, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, every battle I had to win, or they act like they was going to put me out the culture, or I was, you know what I'm saying? All kind of shit. So that's a good point.
But you know what? That's what any of us that have been top names for a long time, they gonna do that shit. But yeah, guess what? We do that shit to Jay-Z, we do it to Drake. So that position is an honor for real. It ain't even really nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we grew to love it for sure.
Yeah. That position to be judged like that is like, it's a blessing, because some niggas we don't care about.
Can I ask how y'all feel like when we're factoring in for consistency wins and losses? How do y'all feel about like the context of the wins and losses? Because when I look at like a guy like Tay-Rock, and you know, it's not necessarily a bad point to say, oh well, from Goods to Mook, he didn't win a battle clear, and I get that, but what level of content? Like he battled Hollow, Diz.
That's a crazy streak.
Yeah, man, he battled the best.
Listen, Hollow, Diz, Goods, Hitman, Pat Stay, K-Shine, Geechie Gotti, Daylight.
He's supposed to
Aver.
Walk out of those fights with blood in his mouth. He's so
sure.
And it's 10 in a row.
Listen, I've never been the type to argue. I be hearing a lot of other people argue he ain't want to battle clearly in 5-6 battles, but then I look at the competition and be like, Yeah, he not supposed to win.
That's a tough schedule.
Which one of those guys clearly lose battles?
But see, hey, you know what too? That's why.
Rock is probably the most consistent.
Yeah.
Shit crazy, no lie.
Hey, man, we can't argue that. Look at the schedule he just named. I synced all them niggas too, but the schedule, like his last 10, man,
that's crazy.
What you want him to do, man? Like,
what if I tell you right before that he battled Rum Nitty, Chess, Arsenal, and Sharon in like a 4-month period?
Hey, damn, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Hey,
that's wild.
That's crazy.
That's a wild lineup.
And Tay-Rock is gonna get on stage and give you insert. He gonna do the same shit to every fucking person. Man.
Yeah, that's why I feel like Rock get it.
Yeah, we get.
Because it'd be like this with Rock. Rock could go take a 1-rounder with somebody and battle them on a small league as if it's a 3rd round on Summer Madness.
And do it the same way. And for y'all that don't know, bro, when we started in 2009, Rock did not change. It just wasn't his turn to get the light. He was consistent then. He was consistent then.
He was the same Rock then. Ain't nothing changed.
Same Rock.
And I think that's what the argument be for, like niggas like Hitman, because you gon' even in those 1-rounders, like you say, a nigga from jail, a nigga in the studio, he gon' still give you what you was looking for from Hitman. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas will be like, I can give you 50% of what I got and still beat you, but them niggas will still make it look like they gave you 100 though. You know what I'm saying? Because
I ain't gonna even lie, bro.
Hitman in St. Louis?
Hey, I ain't gonna even lie, bro.
Wait, whoa.
Of course, you would. That's tough on his resume. He won't. He need that.
I gotta pull up for that, man. I need that.
Hey, I respect Gotti 10 times more. Hey, Gotti, this Sparta, bro. You can't deal with none of us out here. They not going. They not going, bro.
I want to see that, man. I love it for real. Go ahead,
no, you don't.
Listen. After Greedy just said that, bro, that shit sound crazy when you just said
Hitman, you want me to tell you the spookiest part? That's his second run. His first run in 2 years, he battled Cortez, B Magic, Ill Will, JC, Charlie Clips, DNA, Surf, Bridge, Calico, and John. Back to back.
Yeah, hey, let's crown Rock, bro.
Give it to Rock.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, got it.
The reason in the names is the fact that he's been in Summer Madness 7 times consecutively, most all time in the league. Gnome 6 times, tied the most with Charlie Clips. He's going every single year to these events.
Yeah,
that is the biggest stuff we can
and putting on too. He's putting on.
Change his space's title, Crown Rock.
Yeah, that's right.
My fault, Rock. My fault, bro. You got it, bro. My fault.
Hey, wait a minute though, Hitman. Hold on, Hitman. What's your last 10 battles, Hitman? What's your last 10?
My shit's silly too now.
Let me hear your last 10. And GEECHI, let me hear your last 10. Let's because we might got everybody fucked up.
That nigga Battle Rap Stats probably got it for us. Battle Rap Stats, what's our last 10?
I know.
Look, hold up. My last 10 was high blood pressure, cholesterol.
Why you still fighting them battles?
Nigga, kicking my ass out here.
My last 10.
They tough.
Hitman,